Well, hello everybody. Welcome in. We're here. Everything looks right. I think we're good. How's everybody doing today? Getting close to the weekend. It's almost time. Hi, Fanatic. Hi, Metal. Saw you both in the chat. Hey there, Shadow Fox. Ooh, man. I'm actually pretty tired. I'm not even gonna lie, but that's fine because we're just gonna chill today. That's the plan. We're just gonna chill because there's stuff to talk about and complain about, I guess. But share the stream wherever you're watching right now. I stream to several different places, and whichever one you're at, copy that link and paste it somewhere. Text it to people in your phone or repost it on Twitter or something. You know. Let people judge you for watching. And I hope you're doing good. And if you are lurking, that is perfectly fine. We like lurkers. But make sure your view counts by interacting in some way, like by leaving a like or something, because otherwise you get counted as a bot, and you don't want to be counted as a bot. We don't want any clankers around here. So you love complaining? Yeah. Well, sometimes you just gotta get it out, and I don't know, man. There's plenty of things to complain about. I'm sure y'all have other things to complain about too, but I've like these past few weeks. What would you call it when it's like a nostalgic feeling, but in a bad way? What would you call that? Hi, Adamant. Because that's kind of how things have felt in a way, for some things. Trauma. Trauma. I get, yeah, that's one way, I guess. You're spot on to say, have a good stream. I'll watch the VOD later. Heading camping. Okay, that's fine. Inuwa? What does that even mean, Frozen Scarecrow? I don't even think I've ever heard that word before. Foreshadowing is like a prediction, right? I'm curious, what does that even mean? I have no. Okay, the pronunciation thing. Anwei? Is that how, what?
Ennui.
Okay, that sounds French. I don't like that. Feeling of listlessness and dissatisfaction arising from lack of occupation or excitement. I don't think it's that. It's like social media feels like we've gone back in time to 2020 and not in a good way. That's the best way to describe it, right? Especially with like VTubing side of things, there have been quite a few cancel attempts lately, and it's like Vietnam flashbacks back to 2020, the 2020 2021, that era, you know, where you would be constantly attacked on Twitter, or like you'd also get banned for the slightest thing on Twitter. I'm surprised like I managed to keep my Twitter account for as long as I have, you know, because y'all remember back when like the slightest thing would get you banned on Twitter? Like people were having to make new accounts. Some people were having to make new accounts like every couple weeks. I remember that. I remember I used to get, I never got banned, but I used to get like locked. Like whenever I would like piss off like an anti-gun person, my account would always get locked because they would spam report me because like I would have like a profile picture of me holding a gun or something, and I would get locked for like 12 or 24 hours just about every other time I pissed off like a big anti-gun account. In a way, that's kind of funny, but I mean, I'm sure those of you that, you know, kind of stay in the know have noticed that there's been an uptick in like people going after VTubers for very mild opinions or not having opinions. That's also a thing. Like some people are once again trying to go after the funny horse lady because she doesn't post opinions, because that's apparently a bad thing now. X is coming down hard on mean words lately and calling it hateful conduct or inciting violence. Really? I haven't noticed that so much. I have seen a lot of hatefulness coming from one direction, like from one group. I have seen a lot of that, but I guess they don't. I guess they're not getting in trouble for the mean words lately. I don't know, but yeah, people are going after people for not having political opinions, which is insane. Like I'm acquainted with Tomoe, right? Like we've talked a little bit, and she's always been nice. And she purposefully does not get political because, you know, when you're in the military, I don't think you're allowed to. I think that can get you in trouble. And people were going after her about that, which is insane. Maybe I'm crazy. I don't think it's 2020 all over again. This year feels unique somehow. Maybe because it's barely past January. Like, things were okay. So things were like feeling a bit different, I guess, at first, in a way, because like it seems like a lot of people were kind of getting over their fear of the mob, I guess. Like a lot of people were just being more free with their opinions and stuff. That was kind of a thing. But then now, like, we're getting those old-fashioned cancel attempts again. So that's kind of the familiar feeling that's not good, you know. At least is how I view it, but I don't know. That's how it's feeling anyway. Because how do I put this? How do I put this thought into words? People shouldn't care anymore, but suddenly they are, I guess. Does anyone was there some new I don't know, did a political action group suddenly start paying influencers again? Did that happen again? Because you know that was a thing for a while. That was a cause of some of our problems. I wouldn't be surprised. But we're getting back to where people want to just virtue signal all the time, and it gets annoying. It really does. Because, you know, I usually don't care to talk about stuff like that. I want to talk about guns and play games, but everyone's making everything political. And it feels like it had kind of mellowed out a little bit, and then it's got worse again. And I've been seeing like some content creators I followed because like they did tutorials on OBS, like OBS tutorials or something, right? And then they just randomly decided they were going to start posting their political opinions and saying very mean things about people that don't agree with their political opinions. Or like I like food video people who just post videos of recipes lately have been posting about politics, and I don't like that. I don't like it, but it just, and I guess the big thing is it's not just people posting their political opinions, it's them being so hateful to people that don't toe their arbitrary line, right? People going after each other and saying awful things over minor disagreements. They just show their colors a little slower than other people. Yeah, that could also be the case. It's just, I don't know. It's the craziest thing. I mean, but that's one thing, because like I have always been where when it comes to differences with people, as long as you're not being an absolute jerk or like threatening people, right? Like it's whatever, I don't care. But there has become a subset of the population where if you don't agree with them 100% of the time, they will wish harm on you. You know what I mean? That's a really funny typo, Agricola. That's a really hilarious typo you just did. I don't know. There is. We all, I always seem, anytime something happens, I always seem to talk about, oh, things are escalating, and they're still escalating. That's why I don't get the people that say nothing ever happens, because things are happening constantly. You know what I mean? They're happening constantly. I know some of you are probably like me and are a fan of Face Connect. I always thought Face Connect was a pretty cool company. Face Connect is kind of the reason why I got into VTubing in the first place, you know, because of their talents. And they have done something really stupid today that I noticed on my way home from work, or earlier today. Well, no, it was when I wasn't on the way home from work. It was before I went home from work, but still, I was looking at it on my way home from work. So, one of their talents was talking about the political stuff that was being pushed in Minecraft, which, gotta agree, it's I think putting political stuff in Minecraft is stupid. But like the nature of the political stuff. So I have not seen this myself, right? In Minecraft, they've got some kind of event or DLC or whatever that's supposed to be like civil rights related and all that, to that history. Except it's not, from what I've heard. So it's on like the education edition of Minecraft, which you can only access if you have like a school login, right? So this is only for kids, basically. This is only aimed at kids, right? And from what I've heard, what I've been told, instead of like actually going through like the history of all this kind of stuff, it's basically just propaganda telling kids to go out and riot. From what I have been told, instead of going through history, it's just like, hey, you should go riot, basically. And you know, they apparently, it glazes Nelson Mandela, which from what I understand about Nelson Mandela, he had a lot of people killed, people that were civilians. So that's not the best idea, in my opinion. He wasn't a good guy. Yeah. So it's understandable, especially, you know, for people that don't live in the United States or whatever. It's understandable that people would be bothered by that political stuff in this game. But one of the Face Connect talents, Jelly, which I think she's like Asian and she's not American, I think. I don't follow her super close. But she posted about how it was dumb that they were putting this political stuff in Minecraft, which I have to agree with. But apparently, I could also just go actually pull this up if now that I'm thinking about it, because it was not the smartest thing that they did. We'll just let me see. I'll have to add a new thingy. I think it has to do with Phase Con, which will take place in California. That is true. Doing anything in California is not the smartest idea, in my opinion. Oh, there. Yeah, we'll just put this on the screen really quick to look at. Y'all see that? Okay, I'll zoom it in. I'll zoom it in really good. So what they did was they posted this note, right? So I was talking to that stupid corpo tweet. Yeah, like this is very corpo speak, very dumb in my opinion. About recent comments made on Twitter by one of our talents included discussion of sensitive issues. Following an internal review, these comments were taken down. We sincerely apologize for any issues caused by the incident. Now, what I heard was that she was actually streaming when her tweets got taken down, which means they probably went on her account and deleted them for her, which is weird and cringe. It said, FaceNext's focus has always been and always will be providing entertainment through different personalities with a wide range of unique content. We do not tolerate racism, hatred, or bigotry in our communities. Which, okay, all right. First of all, that is very California coded speech, so that is true. This is making it sound like Jelly was being racist, and she wasn't. She was talking about how she was annoyed by politics. So, they should give all their talents pause. Yeah. And they're supposed to, thank you for understanding, blah, blah, blah. And that is my reply. And I stand by it. Boundary Twitter freaks will never end well. And like they're getting cooked. Like in the replies, dude. Like people are not happy with this. Understandably so. I think it's very overwhelmingly negative in the replies. It was a very American centric, which is bizarre for what is a Swedish game. That is true. Yeah, it was. Well, it's owned by Microsoft now, but it was originally a Swedish game. That's true. So I don't know. Is Minecraft so strong about civil rights, or is Eddie Mabo? I'll be honest, I don't even know who Eddie Mabo is. I'm assuming that's Swedish, but aren't they getting hauled for failing to have half this reaction to someone cheering on the Kirk Hammys? Yes, okay, so yeah, that's something else that people have been saying. I don't, this is not something I have seen personally, I don't know, but supposedly one of their talents, I think maybe one of their JP talents, supposedly, I think it was one of their JP. She's supposedly on a secondary account was celebrating when Charlie Kirk was assassinated and was calling for more of it to happen. That is what people are saying. I mean, that might even be in the replies somewhere. I know someone may have mentioned it. One of your talents is celebrate the death of a political activist and face no repercussion. You should be ashamed. Yeah, so like, yeah, there's apparently that happened, and Kaminari Clara, she was always pretty openly lefty, but I never knew what went on with her personal account. Yeah, and I mean, if if let me see anyone else say anything about it. Oh, hey, there's Jenny. Oh yeah, so the owner remained silent when Claire was openly celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. So she did, and she did that apparently, according to people, and nothing, like, they just completely ignored it. Which, I mean, honestly, if they completely ignored her doing that, that's fine. Like, ignoring this kind of stuff is probably the smartest thing to do. Like, if they had ignored the people getting mad on Twitter about, you know, not wanting political Minecraft, if they had just ignored it, like, we know the people that do this, I mean, first of all, they're not people that watch Face Connect. They're probably not even people that watch VTubers, right? So it's not even their audience. And these people, these are the kind of people that are always looking for the next thing to be pissed off at, because that's just how they function. That's how they feel validated, or whatever you want to say. They always have to find the newest thing to be angry about. So this would have lasted just a couple days probably, and they would have moved on to be the next thing to be pissed off at. Ignoring this would have been like, they didn't even have to say, "Oh, we support her." They didn't even have to say that. They could have just not said anything, and that would have been the best outcome. But now everyone's upset about this. The recreationally angry, yes, exactly. Yeah, so now everyone's pissed off about that. And they have, I think this is going to kind of put a damper on their relationship with the people who actually watch them. And I think one of the big issues with this is when you apologize to the mob like this, they don't go away. You are telling them that their tactics work. So now, from now on, I guarantee any little thing, any kind of edgy joke, anything that is slightly political that is not explicitly far left, their other talents are going to get attacked now, because they have seen that it works. And they want to, because they want to be angry about something. They want to attack they want to attack the company, not because they want anything to change, not because they actually care about any of this. It's because they want to break what's yours. That's the problem here. It's not about them wanting any real change. It's not about them wanting to change someone's mind. You have a thing, and they don't want you to have it. It's funny. It's something I deal with a lot in my day job, working with people who have autism. That's a big thing, especially in kids. It's more prevalent in kids, you see, but so you'll have a kid that is kind of doing their own thing, whatever. They're over here. Well, another kid, across the hallway or wherever they are on the other side of the room, will pick up a toy, and the first kid will run over and try to smack them, try to snatch the toy from them, and get the toy away from it and just drop it. They didn't want the toy, they just didn't want the other kid to have it. And that's kind of what's going on here. They don't want to watch Jelly, or any of the Face Connect people for that matter. Like, according to them, Face Connect is like the super mega far right fascist corporation or whatever, right? They're not going to go watch Jelly now because of this. They're just going to continue to harass the company and other talents now because they've seen the weakness. It's not going to really misread his audience, or he's in someone's pocket. Face has always been the bad boy agency. It seems weird they respond to this at all unless they're forced to by sponsors. I don't know. It is weird. Fanatic's idea of it having to do something with having to do something with FazeCon being in California. That's a fair theory in my opinion. I remember what was it, Offkai? Phase Connect sponsored Offkai, was it right? And for whatever reason, the Phase Connect talents had a lot of issues at that convention. Like, they had a lot of like technical issues and weird stuff happening to them that didn't happen to anybody else. So I'm wondering if like there was some that kind of sabotage or whatever has kind of gotten under Sakana's skin. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe you know, they're worried about, you know, they want to try to be more like the other agencies now. I don't know, but all I do know is that they have shown their belly to the mob, and now the mob's gonna try to gut them. Like, they're not gonna quit. So I don't know. I guess we'll just have to see what happens, but it does worry me a little bit because I don't know. I want them to be a successful company. They're a little bit different than the others, you know. I like that, but I have to see. Hey, not the ATF, but yeah, that's kind of my feeling on it. I don't know. Any of you have thoughts on that? Pippa's probably big enough to be immune to this crap. Well, I mean, Pippa, like, Pippa, you know, has always kind of had that edgy humor and stuff. I don't think like Pippa's. I would never say Pippa's even just been like strongly political. I mean, I'm not super close to Pippa. Like, I'm acquainted with Pippa. I would not say that I know her well enough to actually know what her politics are, but I think that's more of a that's a good thing. People don't have to know your politics, you know, and people can not want politics. I don't want politics most of the time. Like, the politics I care about, like I actually care about, is gun rights. Like, that's what you hear about me most of the time. It was always the but yeah, it's just, it is the freaks that politicize everything. I don't know. I hope this does not end up starting a new trend just as a whole, I guess. Part of me wonders. It seems like a lot of agencies in the past couple years have just really been on the decline, whereas I have noticed there's a lot of really big independent VTubers that keep getting bigger. So part of me wonders if being independent is going to kind of overtake being corporate. I don't know. And it's weird because, like, if I had the opportunity to join an agency that kind of meshed with my values, I absolutely would, because there's a lot of benefits to that, especially like legal benefits and all that kind of stuff. But, you know, seeing all the weird company stuff, you know, it gives you pause. And yes, I would love to have mail order 40mm tubes. Fanatic absolutely would. Bunch of small targets is harder for them to combat than an agency. Yeah, but like, I don't know if it's just kind of leftover trauma from when like cancelings were happening every week, right? But some like organizations still just don't get it. Like they don't understand that the people freaking out on Twitter are not your audience, and you can just ignore them. I recently saw a clip of Elvis being asked his political opinion, and he effectively said, "Why the hell do you care about my opinion? I'm a musician, not a political scientist." That's very true. Elvis was a cool guy. Enough people to tell him to fuck off. They can't do too much. Yeah, and that's the thing. That's the thing. People. It's kind of what was it? Was it like there was like a. Was it Family Guy back in the day that had like a gag where they were like, it was like some like TV executive, and he was like, "Last night we had 10 angry phone calls about this program, and as we all know, that equals 10 billion people that are angry," or something. You know, I think it was like a Family Guy gag, but that's how these companies react. They see, you know, a few dozen people get angry on Twitter, and you know, and now it's funny because I bet you get a lot of these accounts now on Twitter. You can go and see what country they're from. I guarantee a good chunk of them are like from Bangladesh or something, right? So you just get you get this fake outrage on Twitter, and these companies think that that's real life or they're real customers. They haven't caught on to that yet. Like people with 3 followers, yeah, it'll be like brand new accounts or people that have just a couple followers. Yeah, exactly. And you'll see dozens of those like first name, last name, number accounts that are very obviously a sock puppet. You see those too, stuff like that. That's been a thing on Twitter forever. It's crazy that these morons with Twitter accounts can make companies bow, but companies can't essentially blacklist these Twitter harassers from having input. I know, just like it's so easy to just ignore people. For a streamer who streams like 5 people for the last 5 years, I don't think like being a small streamer should like discredit you, because I am a minuscule streamer myself. But it's more just like people that are getting outraged for the sake of being outraged. Or people that are very, very obviously not part of your demographic, but you listen to them anyway. That's the big issue. That's what happens so often. Me and my 5 alternative accounts getting mad to look madder. Yeah, that's basically what happens. That's essentially what happens. You can look up, you can see videos of like the content farms over in I think they're prevalent in India. You'll have someone like literally have like 10 Android phones, and they're just doing stuff on these 10 different phones, and people pay for that, you know. So it's you know, just that more often than not, people who have no following start shit to get attention. That does happen a lot. Yes, it's usually people, like a lot of people think that they can start fights with bigger creators or like dogpile on someone, and they think it'll get them positive attention, like that rat guy from Canada. Yeah, exactly. Well, you know what I meant, Mecha Fishy. Yeah, like that rat guy that's a leaf. Like that went after Tomoe Umari just because she didn't want to be political. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. Like even now they're saying like if you're not political, that's a bad thing, and it's giving me early 2020s nostalgia, but in a bad way. It's familiar in the worst way possible, and I hate it. And I do think gotta fight for your right just to grill. Yeah, I do think I do understand. Y'all know me, I don't like to get into arguments and drama. I like to taunt anti-gun people. I do like to do that, but for the most part, I don't care for it. But it does seem like it really is kind of getting to the point where people really do just gotta stand up for themselves. You know, they have to really stand up for themselves to make sure that they can actually it just exist with moderate opinions, you know. The bit where you can't be just not racist, you have to be anti-racist. Yeah, and that's literally just code for being racist. That's what it is. But yeah, no, it's people do. I guess people do have to really start standing up for themselves more, because otherwise, I don't really see an end without that. You know, it makes it very difficult to actually, you know, it makes it difficult to actually just do anything or exist when you have to, like, some people, like I said, they'll be walking on eggshells, or like people will be apolitical, but then they'll still get attacked. It is becoming a problem, I will say. I don't know. I know that I have recently, I don't know when this is actually going to start. I've been invited to kind of co-host some podcasts for hey, how's it going? What did I hold on? Sorry, I was messing with something and it made my computer freak out. Hello? My computer is freaking out. That's so weird. Oh. Okay, give me a second. My model's frozen. Anyway, hi Drifter. Welcome. We're just kind of just hanging out and chatting and whatever. I have to bring my model back up because Steam hates me, I guess. Anyway, Foxmanic says change your sock because he wants the dirty ones. That's gross. That's very gross. I don't like that. Anyway, while I'm waiting for that to come up, what was I even talking about? That completely derailed my train of thought. My ADHD brain does not like it. This is why I don't care if people block other people. There's only so much BS you can take considering different people who start shit and then block people en masse from the blowback. That's true. That's true. Don't worry, I have water. Listen. Oh, okay. Well, we're kind of, oh, there we go. We're so back. Okay, anyway. Yeah, no, I completely lost my train of thought on what I was doing. Your eyes? No, your eyes are fine. Anyway. When it comes to blocking people, I try not to block people. Just because, like, seeing other opinions or people being stupid doesn't bother me that much. I don't know. I notice, like, sometimes I will notice sometimes random people have blocked me or like soft blocked me. It's like I didn't even post anything controversial today, so I don't get it. You know, y'all know me. My Twitter is just goofiness most of the time. Geez, I don't know. I don't know what was I talking about before all of that happened. Like that is completely gone from my brain. Oh yeah, it was like I got it. I did get invited to to kind of co-host some podcasts, basically for VTubers that are more or less not shit libs. That's best way I can put it, I guess. It's basically just for more of like, I guess, the more rational side of things, where people can voice their opinions without being afraid. That's kind of the idea of that. I don't know exactly when that's going to start, but that's something I was invited to, and I think it's a pretty good idea. I swear there are lists people make out there. I've been blocked by people I've never interacted with, and I'm nobody. Yeah, no, that happens to me too. I will be blocked by people I've never even heard of or interacted with. That happens to me a lot. You watch that? I'd hope so. The master blacklist. Yeah, there used to be a way to check, like, you couldn't, I don't think you could see specifically, but you could get an estimation of how many accounts have you blocked. There used to be like a plugin for that, but it quit working a couple of years ago, not long after Elon bought Twitter. But I remember the last time I checked, it was like well over 2,000 people had blocked me on Twitter, which was crazy to think about, because like, I rarely post anything that's even slightly controversial. I post about guns and VTubers and anime. That's basically all I post. So, I don't know. I mean, even among like people who have the same values and views as me, I feel like I'm pretty chill about it all. You know, I'm just a guy that likes to post about guns. So it's always been kind of a funny thing to me. But that is how some people work. Like you said, if you have even the tiniest, most minor disagreement, they hate you and wish bad things upon you. And you know, and that's, people give me shit for not going to a lot of gun CAD stuff. And I mean, first of all, I need money to do that. I have spent the vast majority of my life completely broke. I cannot go traveling to multiple different states throughout the year for all these competitions and stuff. But it's like, even in the gun CAD kind of sphere, there are people who say things that worry me. I don't care how nice someone is to you to your face. If they're on Twitter saying, "Oh, I want anyone who politically disagrees with me to meet a terrible end," I don't want to be around that person. I don't want them to know what I look like in real life. You know? Like, I don't want you to know anything about me other than my silly purple online persona. So I feel like that's reasonable, you know. Also, I just saw Metal said he got blocked by the Brazilian president, which is hilarious. The discrimination against the color purple will not stand. Yes, purple VTubers, we are discriminated against. Keep a low profile. I mean, yeah, and that's, I mean, the whole reason I decided to VTube in the first place is because I don't want people to know who I am in real life. I have met a few people from the internet that I trust, but not many people get that privilege. No one needs to know that Jameis is a 300-pound black Russian. Okay, this is a completely serious question. This is a completely serious question. Does Russia have black people? Because I don't I don't know if they do, but nobody should want to spend time with Carl of InRange TV. Oh yeah, no, absolutely not. Absolutely not. But yeah, I don't. I wonder if I wonder if, well, I know a couple of people that are originally Russian. I don't know. Was she? Did she ever live in Russia? I don't know. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna have to ask somebody that would know. I had African students, but never had a good time in Moscow. I can imagine. I wouldn't want to. I would not want to go to Russia. Like the only thing I can picture when I think of Russia is really cold and angry bears. And I don't want to deal with either of those. So, unrelated, I made kvass. What is that again? I know that's a Russian thing. Russians say wild shit to them. I wouldn't be surprised. Russians are crazy people. But, I mean, living in Russia would make someone crazy. Russian bread beer? I'm not gonna lie, that does not sound appealing to me at all. I mean, if you like it, that's perfectly fine. That does not sound appealing to me in the slightest. But good lord, they say stuff like that. That's terrible. That's awful. Jeez. Technically, all beer is bread beer. I like bread. I don't want it to be a liquid. Yeah, I don't know. That sounds unpleasant. I don't like alcohol in general, but that just sounds unpleasant. Kvass is something interesting. I've had it taste. It's not bad. Definitely not for me. I'll stick to coffee and Dr. Pepper. That's what I'll stick to. Speaking of Dr. Pepper, I hope I get paid. I get paid tomorrow. I need to buy more. You almost made a okay, metal. That's pretty dangerous. Okay, now you're just speaking nonsense to me, Agricola. I have no idea what that is. I mean, I know what goat milk is, but I've never tasted goat milk. Keeps your gut biome in working order. I should probably take better care of my stomach. Sometimes I forget to eat, and then sometimes, like, I will just not eat very well. Like, drinkable yogurt. Oh, I like drinkable yogurt. I need to like get a proper like eating schedule, because like I will sometimes I literally just forget to eat, which is like an ADHD thing and not good. So especially on the weekends, I forget to eat a lot on the weekends. And then like I live off of whatever is on sale. So lots of times I'm just eating like cheap garbage. That's what I survive on. Hi, Forest Dweller. Birch juice? What, like from the tree? Can't believe it took us this long to start talking about food, but I didn't know you could get juice from a tree. Eastern Europeans are funny people. I didn't even know that was a thing. Like, does the tree make a fruit, or you just like, it's made from birch? I assume that's supposed to be syrup. So it's like the sap, like kind of like from a maple tree. Okay. Huh. So you're basically drinking watered down syrup from a birch tree. All right then. I mean, I would assume it's edible. Yeah. Eastern European coconut water. Not quite as good as maple syrup. Maple syrup is good. It's good stuff. This is good stuff. I don't know, man. I hope my goal for this year is to make things better for myself. And I'm trying. I don't know, like I was kind of going back through some of my old content lately from a couple years ago. And I was having so much fun then. And I really want to get back to that. And just really have fun. And I worry about like people I haven't talked to in a while. And it's hard to reach back out to people when you felt like you had to isolate yourself for a long time. But I want to do better. And this year has not had the best start, as we have mentioned. But hopefully, I don't know. Hopefully it doesn't stay that way. Indiana State Police just switched to the P320, a mystifying move. Well, maybe it's so that they can claim. Maybe it's so they can claim accidental discharges. I don't know. The rural ones will take you right back in. Yeah, that's true. It's just hard to not feel guilty, you know. Your star of the year was also shy. Well, it's kind of just like. I mean, it's kind of more like seeing what's going on with like the cancel attempts and stuff. Like that's a little annoying. 2025 was a really rough year for me. So, I mean, really, I can only go up. I guess I just need to figure out how to do that. You know, I kind of want to get back the fun that I used to have, and you know, it's difficult trying to make friends because so many people think of relationships in kind of a business way when it comes to content creation, and that's not really what I want. I've had to explain to a few people, it's like, you know, hey, when I say I want to hang out, that doesn't mean it has to be on a live stream. That doesn't mean it has to be content, you know?
ATF! Come out with your hands up!
Oh, Alexios, hey, welcome. Welcome to the stream. I hope you're doing good. Thank you so much for the raid. We've just been kind of talking and hanging out and all that, so you know. I'm not looking forward to the deluge of political ads coming our way. Yeah, that's gonna. It is. This is an election year, isn't it? That's gonna be annoying. I'm afraid to ask people to hang out because most of the time when someone asks something like that, they mean business, not casual fun. Yeah, then that's the difficult thing, because even if I am streaming with someone else, like if it's like a collaboration or whatever, I'm not even viewing that as a business thing, if that makes sense, right? Like, what is that emote? Oh, it's do you like it? It's something I'd made a long time ago, for like a stupid stream I did, and I figured I had more emote slots, so I thought it'd be funny to add that. But even when I'm like streaming with someone else, I'm not viewing it as like a business standpoint or something. Like, It's kind of like, I like this person, they're cool. I like streaming is fun. What if I put these things together? Because that would be fun and cool. You know, that's how I feel. So it's very hard to kind of get past that mentality with some people, which in turn makes making friends difficult kind of in this space, I guess. So, and just trying to get over and get through all that happened to me in 2025 is gonna take a while. Still working on it. I'm working on recovering my finances, which I've made some progress there. So can be a bit rough. You have to hang in there. I'm still hanging in there. So kind of giving up on friendship. I know that sounds bad. I'm just indifferent to it after decades of being the person who makes the friendship run. Burnt out on people who don't carry it there, and that is something that's difficult. I have experience being the person that maintains the friendship, right? It's like it's hard to maintain a friendship, like if you're the only one who initiates conversation, or you're the only one who plans things and stuff. So I can understand that. Like that's just part of life, I guess. Worst moments I've had was when I was still in the Marines, so I've been able to deal with most crappy situations since then. I can imagine. Yeah, I can imagine being in the Marines would prepare you for a lot. I can imagine that helps quite a bit. I've never been any kind of military myself, but so I don't really know, but I can imagine. I think I will say though, like when it comes to life in general, or friends, or whatever, all of that, you should not ever give up. Now, giving up is the last thing you should do. But that's what I think. Hi there, Kiori. How's it going? Phone works two ways, helped me let go of shitty friendships. Yeah, that's one way to put it. Yeah, absolutely. That's one way to put it. You're not too bad. That's good. That's good. I will say another. It's. I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't say it. There's kind of the issue where, and this has happened to me, where you'll make friends with another content creator and you'll talk pretty regularly or whatever, and then they'll get like a boost, you know, and they'll start to build more of a following, and they'll start to get more popular, and then suddenly you don't hear from them anymore. That happens. I've experienced that. And wondering whether one of these you'd be down for a Discord call. I want to hear more of your work and what you do. Yeah, no, I could do that sometime, whenever I have some free time. If you're in my Discord server, every once in a while I will just go hang out in my Discord server, like when I'm playing a game or something. So if you're in there, my Discord is pretty accessible. So watching streams kind of fills the void, and you know, I do, like, I appreciate you saying that. Like, I want, like, if you're gonna come hang out with me on stream, I want you to feel good. I want you to be happy and enjoy your time here. Hey, Crispian. But I will never ever discourage someone from going and having friends in real life, because, you know, even though like my streams are pretty small, I'm not a big name. Like this is a little more intimate than a bigger streamer, right? I mean, but at the end of the day, I'm still just a silly purple guy on the screen. I want you to enjoy your time while you're here, but I want you to enjoy your life outside of the stream as well. That is what I want for all of you. So that's how it is. So that's my feeling on it. Like even if I was a big streamer, even if I had, you know, 1,000 people watching, I still would genuinely care about my audience. But, you know, okay, Kira, I'll check that in a second. Even if I was like a big streamer that had a big audience, I would care about my audience, but I wouldn't be able to like be personal with every single person because that's just not possible. So even now, even when I'm just a small little guy that, you know, just has a few people coming to hang out, like I still want you to be happy and have a life outside of the streams. What am I? Oh, can you hear what I'm messing with? Can you hear this? It's the Glock I keep on my desk. That's if you can hear that. No, I didn't realize you could hear it. That's funny. I keep a Glock on my desk over there. It's just slightly out of reach. You knew it was a Glock, yeah. It's my printed one too. Just slightly out of reach is. There's also an AR by my desk. This is it's my purple 3D printed. It's the one, like the one you see on the screen, like the one that's at the top over there. I keep that one by my desk. So there are guns and spare magazines like in strategic locations all throughout my house. So like there's an AR in the office, there's a shotgun on the other side of the office behind the door. The other AR is in my closet. There's an AR by my bed, there's an AR in the living room. There are spare mags hidden around. I think literally every mag in my house is loaded now. Like they're all packed. I have so many freaking magazines, dude. I have so many magazines just all over the place. There's a hidden revolver near my front door. Like I got stuff everywhere. Got a mini 14 leaning on your desk. Hell yeah. Did you know the Trijicon SRO doesn't like Duracell batteries? I learned that a couple weeks ago. Why doesn't it like Duracell batteries? Speaking of optics, I need to, for my printed Glock, I need to get a RMR footprint optic that's not super expensive for this. I had like a knockoff RMR that I got just because it was funny, because it was like $10, but it was not actually any good. It looked real, but it does not hold zero. But I need to. I've been looking at a couple like potential like RMR pattern optics to put on this thing because I need one. On one hand, I wish I could keep guns laying around. On the other hand, I would lose them. Not sure what the issue is. Someone forbidding it in proper contact to close the circuit. It's weird. Might be the bitter coating, but I can't say for sure. Oh, dude, that bitter coating that they put on those batteries is awful. It's awful. I have tested the bitter coating on a coin battery before. It was disgusting. My curiosity got the better of me, and I just had to know, and it about made me puke. It's a really good thing that they should put that on all batteries. It would stop children from eating them for sure. Back with hot dogs? That's awesome. You know, I think I have some hot dogs in the freezer. I should thaw those out because I'm running low on groceries. That's definitely the point. I know it's the point. But like, they should just do that to all batteries. You know? Just do it to all batteries now. That's an innovation I could get behind. Hot dogs in the air fryer? That would probably work. I do like my air fryer. Air fryers are great. PSA regularly has the basic RMR footprint HoloSun on sale. Yeah, HoloSuns are nice. They're honestly though, like HoloSuns are still a little bit pricey though. Like they have got like they're still not as expensive as like a Trigicon, but they have definitely gone up a little. Like I wonder. Let me see. Let's see if Palmetto has any RMR footprint optics right now. Let's see. See a bunch of adapters. Let's see. Gideon optics. I don't think I've ever used anything like that. Gideons aren't bad. A step down from HoloSun in price and quality. Yeah, I never used a Gideon. I think when it comes to cheap optics, I think the only cheap optic I've ever bought that didn't like completely crap itself was a Monstrum sight, and it was it's like a prism sight. It's a Monstrum like prism sight. I still have it somewhere, and it's a cheap sight, but never crapped out on me. But the eye relief on it is horrendous. Pepperidge Farm members when HoloSuns were sub $50. Jeez. Let's see. Let's see how much is let's see. Yeah, RMR pattern HoloSun is anywhere from $200 to $300, which, like I said, compared to like Trigicon or something, is not that bad. But $200 is about how much I have per month for food. So that's about my food budget for the whole month. Well, maybe a little less than 200. Depends on what I can get on sale. Have a G26 and RXM and arm's reach. Very nice. Very, very nice. I want to get for the AR that I keep by my bed. I want to get like a little bandolier that holds AR mags. PSA HoloSun goes for 160-ish every month or so. That's not bad. That's not bad. Gotta start an optic fund and put a progress in the top corner. Bait out that giving spirit. I mean, I could try that. I could try that. I have been wanting to do. I have been wanting to do just like some kind of marathon or something. Just for fun, but you know, if y'all do feel generous, you know, that would always be nice, you know. That's all of the money that I make from streaming kind of goes towards it mostly goes towards stuff that I could maybe potentially do content with if all my bills are paid. Like there's some guns I want to build. So get a lever gun and 44 mag in the closet. That's great. That's great. At some point I still need to at some point I need to go out and just record some more shooting videos. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to post them on YouTube or anything, because you know how YouTube is, but I haven't, like, recorded any new shooting videos in a while. Like, I've gone shooting, but I never recorded anything. And I need to do that. I also really want to, I still want to build, like, a bullet trap to keep in my garage so I could test guns without having to leave the house. That would also be really nice. But that costs like that's also more money that I have to buy to get all that stuff. Just had a donut. Donut sounds really good right now. You know, now that I think about it, it's been a long time. It's been a long time since someone has just like randomly brought donuts to work. People used to do that more often. I see plenty of shooting on YouTube. Just remember, it's a 10-round mag and absolutely only semi-auto. Yeah, it's the issue is like, if you're shooting a normal gun on YouTube, it's not so bad. If you're shooting a 3D printed gun on YouTube, it's very bad. They really don't like that. That's why, like, I don't think like PSR, like the like 3D printing gun tuber, I don't think he's done like any printed gun stuff on YouTube in years at this point. I'm gonna look and see some of his. Let's see. Yeah, I mean he's obviously still doing. He's still doing, you know, gun videos. And he's doing well. PSR is a very cool guy. But yeah, there hasn't been anything that's been printed. Nothing that I can see. Which is a shame. Oh, he had a video 4 months ago about the Nylog, which is an AUG that uses some 3D printed parts, but it's mostly just a it's mostly just an AUG like build kit, so I don't know. A couple 5-gallon Home Depot buckets, pea gravel, and some rubber mats. Yeah, I would like, because I have close neighbors, I would want to build one with a lot of basically baffles in it, just so it's not loud when I'm testing stuff. So that would cost a little more. So need parts from KAK to finish the build. Yeah. See that Gucci ass carbon fiber gun he did avail on a couple days ago? Comes with a 5K price tag. Well, yeah, if it's stuff like that, yeah, that's going to be priced because it's a very special gun made out of special material. So yeah, it's going to be pricey. So, sound ending. Time for some discount mattresses. Nylog is printed receiver and rail, custom AR-15 barrel and AUG parts kit. No AUG quick change barrels, which is the deal breaker for some people. Yeah, I would like to build a Nylog. I was told maybe if you get the custom barrel, I was told you needed to do some extra machine work on it, which means I would need more tools. But I would actually, printing a Nylog would be a lot of fun, but I would also want a printer that was capable of printing carbon fiber nylon before I did that too. So I'm still just stuck with the old Ender 3. I've had it for a long time and it still runs, but so I can find the info sheet on the one I build rubber mats act as baffles. Yeah, that could probably work. I don't know. I wish I could post more printed gun stuff on YouTube, but that seems to be difficult to do these days. I mean, I just like post stuff on Twitter, but like from what I've seen, long form video content on Twitter doesn't usually do that well. And the monetization on Twitter is still horrendous. I haven't got a payout from Twitter since September, I think, because like their monetization is just so bad. I don't get how some people were making thousands of dollars every couple weeks when the rest of us don't get anything. I don't understand. It used to be 6 to 7 seconds long to gain traction on Twitter. I'm talking about like long form content, like 10, 15-minute videos. What I've seen, that does not do very well on Twitter. From what I've seen, it doesn't seem to do that well, unfortunately. Like, you know, whenever I stream, the stream like goes to Twitter as well. I guess most people just kind of use it as a notification, right? So they'll come to YouTube or they'll come to YouTube or Twitch or whatever. I don't ever see anyone actually watching the stream on Twitter. So, no, someone just retweeted Pippa tweeting that public apologies are stupid. She's so right. That's so true. Hey there, Army Boy. How's it going? We've just been talking about random junk, basically. Uh, I need to do like streams where I just chat more, but sometimes it's hard. After work, it's hard to just sit and talk. You know, is the stream overheating? Everything looks fine. Everything on the stream looks fine. Ender 3 in a cardboard box with a 60-watt incandescent light for extra heat works pretty alright for engineering materials. I mean, I could try it. I'm afraid I'd end up burning my house down trying to do something like that, but doesn't sound like the easiest thing to do. Oh, you're just asking if the stream was over. No, the stream's not over. I've just been yapping without any real direction, I guess. Earlier we were talking about how just like all these weird attempts at canceling people are coming back and stuff like that. And we talked about food because we always end up talking about food for some reason, and I don't know. I don't know. I'm ready for the weekend, dude. Like I have not been feeling my best this week. Like I have been so exhausted. Think your breaker would give out for anything burns? Maybe, I don't know. You're used to the gaming streams, you got worried I missed the stream. No, it's fine. It's fine. I'll probably be here for a little while longer. Um, no, I have just been not feeling myself this week. It's been really weird. Like I have like for the past few days, I have just had to skip like eating lunch and just take a nap at work during my lunch break because I have just been so exhausted. It's so weird because I've been sleeping enough, I think. I wonder if I have like a sleep disorder. I don't know. I haven't touched my ender once. It's getting a bamboo knockoff. It's so much better. What bamboo knockoff? It cheaper than a bamboo? Because those are cool, but way too expensive. Also, they have weird like proprietary stuff, but need to flip the mattress. Oh, my mattress is pretty new. Remember, a couple months ago, y'all helped me buy a new one. I've always had issues with like feeling tired during the day, like my entire life. So I probably do have some kind of like I probably do have some kind of sleep disorder. I've never gotten it diagnosed. I guess your dad's considering a 3D printer. That's cool. 3D printers are fun. They're very fun. Oh, this weekend I might look into filling out some funny ATF forms since those are free now. I enjoy free stuff, so that might be fun to do. Wonder if anyone else has done a potato. I think there's been a few potatoes done. Potato suppressors, which is really funny. I wonder if like if you 3D print a suppressor, you know, and if you have like the form for it, it has to be serialized. I wonder does the serial number have to be on metal or does it have to be can it just be in the print? I don't know. So someone on Twitter did a bunch. Nice. There's plenty of bamboo-like printers on the market now with the QD since it has a chamber heater for its ASA and ABS is easy to PLA. Interesting. How much did it cost you? I don't even know, like, how do you even pronounce that? That's QID, like Q and I like that. I don't even think that makes a proper sound. So, you think most get rejected? So people have apparently been doing testing and have figured out like the exact information you need to give to get your forms approved very quickly for just about even like stupid stuff like a potato. You have to know what information to give and how to like word things to get approval really quickly. So serial number's got to be on metal. Okay. I mean that wouldn't be too hard to do. You just need like you need a piece of metal, like a piece of sheet metal, and like some stamps and a hammer. That could probably work. It's kind of like you would do with leather, but with metal. Y'all ever done any like leather work where you can like almost engrave leather if you have like the stamps for it? I did that as a kid. Like I learned how to do a little bit of like leather work. QI in Chinese is pronounced like chi. Oh. So it's more than likely pronounced like chi di. Oh. That's funny. Of course Alexios would know that though. He knows all that language stuff that I have no idea. Oh, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. don't know. Anything else before I wind down for the evening? Anything else y'all think it might be fun to chat about? Metalwork is cool. The FCN has a place to epoxy a metal washer in it, and there are jigs available for stamp alignment if you care. I will look at it. I think was that the new suppressor that dropped like right when the like the stamps became free, I think. What's your opinion on the FGC9? I love the FGC9. I have one. I have a special one that takes Scorpion magazines, and I helped prototype that. I helped prototype it. So Canadians are freaking out about buying F-35s. Why would that freak them out? Like the airplanes? Those are airplanes, right? I don't know a lot about airplanes. So yeah, no, I love my FGC9. I may eventually try to make a new one because I think dropped in the new year. Yeah, I think like the FGC9 Evo, like I think it went through some more revisions before like it officially released. So I might check out the official release of it because mine was literally the first prototype. So that might be something worth doing again. We're going to invade and officially make them our hat. If you had the chance to get this Turkish Spas 12 clone, would you? No, because from what I've seen, it's not an actual, like, proper clone. It's just a cosmetic clone. It doesn't have, like, the actual Spas 12 action or anything. It just looks kind of like it. So, no, I want a real one. I had the opportunity in 2024. I had the opportunity to mag dump a Spas 12. And it was one of the best things I've ever done, ever. And I want to do that again, but it has to be a real one. Like, it has to be a real one. Is it good compared to factory PDWs? I mean, the FGC9, like, it's a very simple direct blowback 9mm PCC. Like, that's what it is. And obviously you have to contend with, like, if you print it out of PLA, you have to deal with, like, if you live someplace where it gets really hot in the summer, like, PLA can soften under direct sunlight and heat. But I mean, it works. Like, people like in was it Myanmar use it against the government there. They print them there. I mean, it works. Like, it's something that works. It's a great design. It's very easy to make on your own. I mean, obviously, like, if you want something that's a little more durable, then I mean, yeah, you would buy something made out of metal. But there are new designs that are better than the FGC. There's new, like, versions of the FGC9. I've thought it would be fun. You know, there's the DB9 that uses Mac 11 parts. It also has, like, you buy these little side plates to reinforce it, and it looks really cool. I would like to make one of those at some point. There's a lot of stuff I want to make. I just gotta earn the money to do it. Yeah, the alloy. Yep, that one looks pretty cool. That's pretty cool. If I was gonna make like a Mac 11, I would really love it if like there was a good chassis or something you could print that's like modernizing the Mac 11, right? So like giving it, you know, like more modern ergonomics and like rails and all that kind of stuff. Like something I saw somewhere where someone had made almost like a MP9 style like chassis for a Mac 11, and that would be really, really awesome. Metal print FGC9 would be cool. Yeah, it would be. Got the parts for the alloy. I just need to get the filament, convince myself to fight with your printer. Yeah. Yeah, that's... If you don't have a fancy printer, you do gotta kind of fight with them, but it's worth it. It's worth it. I think Bang Go J had an interesting aftermarket one for the Mac 11. Might be a good watch for ideas. Yeah. Also, I need to find like a good I want to find a good Glock chassis that you could print that I could put my printed Glock into, like like a Roni kit but printed. One that'll fit my Glock 19, which is actually like a dagger. It's actually a dagger on a printed frame, but I would want something like that too. That would be very cool. So I have a lot of stuff I want to print. I just gotta save up the money for it. I ended up taking a small loan from my bank to kind of help pay off some bills because the interest on it is not very bad. So that's going to kind of help me, I guess, rebuild my finances. So don't know what counts as fancy, but I started with the Ender 3 Pro and I'm working on it with a Prusa Mark IV. Both have been frustrating. Well, I mean, I would consider a fancy printer anything that has like auto leveling and stuff like that. That's what I would consider fancy. Stuff that you don't have to maintain directly as much, I guess. That would be what I would call a fancy printer. But yeah, I have so many ideas, and hopefully I'll get to put the ideas in motion soon. We'll have to see. I mean, I have a lot of filament ready to go. I just need other parts, so we'll get to it eventually. Because I want to build more stuff on stream too. So Core XYs, yeah, Core that would also be kind of cool to have, but those tend to be a little more expensive too. All right, well, my throat is hurting, and I am definitely kind of feeling fatigued. So let me just go ahead and raid out. Tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be feeling. Hopefully, tomorrow I'm kind of starting to kind of feel like I'm on an upswing, so maybe I'll be feeling pretty good tomorrow. And I might just play Bioshock all night tomorrow, Bioshock 2. So I may just do that. So I hope you'll come back. I appreciate all of you coming to hang out. And yes, AFT raid. We'll raid out of here. Y'all have a good night. I'm gonna go let my voice rest, and yeah, I'm gonna try to actually get some good sleep tonight if I can. Y'all have a good one. Thank you for stopping by. I'll see you the next time. Bye.